He takes care of a lot of issues, but
I've certainly grown to love him as a person.
Like this, that is certainly has horror.
Not an indictment, you know, but it.
I certainly was, and so I was scared when I read it.
For me, it's inspiring to be in a film that hopefully...
Certainly with young girls all around the world.
He did it, but he certainly does a great job doing a great job.
One of those movies that when you go...
Certainly too involved with the cases.
The Magnificent Seven, I certainly was not
Safely
there.
on the ground.
There's certainly risk in this.
Certainly no one could have been unaware of the very strange...
The 1950s. I've certainly seen the outpouring.
Yeah, I'm a game with my parents.
I could see in his eyes.
You certainly ain't what I am, so...
Brother, I certainly have not. We love...
Establishment figures, they certainly do figure...
Because I would most certainly be crushed in dogs.
Say it. Certainly not the first person to think.
Be another Hobbit. When you have the two dogs, and they certainly...
Certainly parts that I can identify with that.
Everything, which certainly is not the critical.
Extra mayo?
Of your emotions, that was certainly a part of it.
You're right about that. Only you can solve this.
I certainly wouldn't want to be a fugitive on the run with...
Certainly not. I feel like I'm on...
to them. So let's start taking some...
Well, this movie is certainly filled.
it got me thinking, that's for sure.
But certainly looks like fun. Leave me alone! Move, Pinky, move, Pinky, move!
He certainly haven't...
Certainly often feel like I'm in over my head.
I'm glad to see you again.
I'm glad to see you as well. God, moly.
I'm certainly not living back here.
Certainly a thing.
Hello. We're here at Movieclips.
Oh, that's a Banksy? That's certainly not graffiti.
In his corner, because there are a lot of...
A chef?
He certainly is considered a father.
But I certainly was nervous.
Certainly attract a lot of attention.
3D certainly contributes to that, but it's also...
And in my life, certainly from childhood.
Best in the world. And as we approach...
Tricky because I felt certainly there was...
Up to you to draw, and there are certainly parallels because the Democratic...
By the time we came to the set...
that certainly is in the historical record. 20th century, but certainly Andrew Wyeth painted.
Is certainly not helped by the knowledge that a web...
Certainly, sir.
Terrific. Thanks so much.
Certainly, sir. Ready in the flashiest of flashes.
Well, I certainly can.
Center court.
Certainly they were going to pay a hefty price.
Relate to missing out on things in...
These items. You understand?
I certainly do.
Certainly, sir.
Terrific.
Certainly no different today than it's ever been.
Stereo. Certainly doesn't look anything like it did before.
You most certainly did not. Wasn't she wonderful?
Certainly when Susan and I were married and her son...
Okay.
Certainly could do it for you.
Certainly does his.
You're probably right. I'm not the guy.
And I've certainly seen the shower scene before.
You certainly don't, pal.
One of the best experiences I've ever...
You certainly can.
But something must be missing.
Not graffiti, then. I mean, it's a respected art.
Like clues and stuff.
Certainly. Really focusing on him.
You know, because certainly working 20 miles...
Written that he was obsessive compulsive.
And I certainly couldn't tell any boyfriend. Men are insecure.
Well, certainly in part. I certainly hope so, sweetheart. Because I'd hate to think
They kind of served me food while I was in there.
And certainly at this wedding.
Do you ever have that kind of day?
The other almost certainly will turn out to be...
Certainly hadn't been told in movies.
We certainly hope you all enjoy the show.
it's pretty going.
Certainly on other film segments.
Go on making their dresses. Make it.
You understand?
I'm certainly glad to see you.
It's only right. I'm certainly glad to see you as well.
Certainly in this first block of film that we have
ability to shoot Lord of the Rings in 3D, I certainly would have done it.
One hit. For both main unit and second unit.
And you can certainly start there.
Never gonna believe what's in this next room.
Is it a strip?
It's certainly a violation of federal ethics.
He certainly is every day.
He obviously got that easily with Tom.
Certainly you did.
Well, the only thing worries me is...
Certainly does. We are staying with
But it's certainly not to me.
Certainly going on.
What is it? What was going on?
Something is certainly going on.
Film, and certainly about being in front of the camera.
My mother says certainly, of course.
Certainly no gardener.
What is it you do when you're
No
not?
gardener.
What is it you do when you're
Things
not?
certainly weren't getting any less.
At the time, I suddenly think that no.
The story, then you're certainly going to be able to get that.
And certainly he was neither the critical.
Not showing any sign.
No certainty freaks you guys out, but it's 100.
You know, and I certainly grew up.
I certainly was when I saw it finally cut together.
Service, there's certainly not Wi-Fi. It was too far.